for Tuesday, August 25th update. Good to see you guys today. It's your entertainment headlines coming down the pike here, and cinema. Yes, we're going to talk movies today. Just want to get a couple more people into the feed, into the chat. Hope everyone's doing well today. Good to see you. Hope everyone's safe. A lot's going on in the world today, so always remember to protect your mental health because it's imperative, especially now with all that's happening, for you to self-care, take care of yourself, and make sure that you are on the up and up. You got to protect above the neck, as Dr. Drew Pinsky says. Alex, hey. Mark, hey. Pablo, how's it going over there in Los Angeles? Again, coming to you from Miami, Florida, with today's entertainment news. And Black cinema has been something that has been a phenomenon as of late. 2018 Black Panther decimated, obliterated the box office and showed not only movie studios and audiences the beauty that goes into crafting great Black movies. And it's been a while since we've been able to be back in the theaters to have that theatrical cinematic experience, of course, with COVID. So a lot of people are looking forward to getting back into theaters. And with that said, some great news about some movies that I'm excited for, and I think you will be too, starting with The Color Purple, which in 1982, novelist Alice Walker gave the world one of the most compelling and prolific pieces of literature to ever have been just imbued upon society. And I remember being a young boy in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I must have been like 7 or 8, and my mom sat us down and we watched The Color Purple, and it was for the first time ever in my life that I saw different depictions of Blackness. And The Color Purple is not an easy movie to watch. I mean, the novel itself is very, very gritty, very, very emotional, very, very raw. So imagine being a young boy watching that on the movies, right? So 1985, Steven Spielberg, Quincy Jones, they bring this novel to life with an unknown talk show host named Oprah Winfrey. So many great, Margaret Avery, Whoopi Goldberg, who won a Golden Globe for The Color Purple in 1985. And fun fact about The Color Purple is that it was nominated for 11 Academy Awards and did not win a one, which was telling of the time in Hollywood how they felt about movies of that nature. Mind you, watching that movie, it's a sin. It's criminal that it did not get more accolades than it did. 2005, The Color Purple was revived for Broadway. Didn't sweep at the Tonys, but it wasn't until 2006 that it won a Tony, a Grammy for Best Broadway Music, and an Emmy. One award away from being an EGOT. So, hey, it's getting its due. But now it's being reimagined again with the help of Steven Spielberg, the original director, Quincy Jones, the original music composer, and now Oprah Winfrey as one of the producers. And it's going to be directed by Blitz Bazawule. Now, Blitz Bazawule is all the talk right now because he's fresh off the heels of Beyonce's Black is King, which was his visual and musical masterpiece for Disney Plus. He co-directed with Bey, and people are really singing his praises. And it caught the attention of Oprah and the powerhouses that are Spielberg and Quincy Jones. So they're doing this reimagination of the Broadway musical, not of the movie, but of the Broadway musical. So I'm excited to see how that's going to play out, because normally when you take a Broadway musical and try to make it into a movie, I don't really think it's going to have the same effect. I really don't. What do you guys think? Also, hey, Ellie, let's see here. Alex loves my windows. This is the only window in my space, man, that allows me to have this view. So I appreciate that, because it's been a lot of hours trying to get the right setup to come to you guys and make sure you have a nice visual behind me. But Pablo, that's a great point, is that musicals, concerts, and that whole immersive entertainment experience has been pretty much murdered in 2020. I know it's dramatic, but it's the truth, right? Living in Los Angeles, Pantages Theater, I saw Book of Mormon, Hamilton, so many great musicals encapsulated in the energy that is Broadway theater. Even if you see it on Broadway, saw Kinky Boots on Broadway, there's nothing like that experience. There's nothing like going to AMC or ArcLight or Edwards Theaters or Century Theaters, Dolby, Atmos, XL, however you eat your movie, whatever satiates your movie appetite, the sound, the smell, the whole feeling of being in the movie. So I hope that we can get back to that ASAP. But this Color Purple news is incredible, and it's going to prove that, again, Black cinema is bankable, very bankable. In the 90s, we had movies like Boys in the Hood, New Jack City, Poetic Justice, Higher Learning. I'm missing so many, but they were successful at the box office because they were telling stories of our experiences that people wanted to hear. And there's something authentic about Black cinema. Sure, there's stereotypes. There's stereotypes littered in every genre. Every genre. Hello, Crazy Rich Asians. Crazy Rich Asians. People were like over themselves about stereotypes in that movie. But there's something to be said about people of the experience telling the story of that experience, right? And The Color Purple, as I said earlier, is this. I don't even know how to articulate how powerful the book is, in addition to how powerful the movie is. So many moments. I mean, 7 years old, seeing a young woman's baby ripped from her hands, right? Seeing Celie being cast into servitude for her whole life, and then finally being emancipated, finally having freedom. It's just, I get emotional talking about it because it changed my life, and it showed the good, the bad, and the ugly, but in all of it, it was so beautiful. So I'm excited for this when it bows. There's no release date yet, but again, when you have Spielberg, Quincy Jones, and Oprah Winfrey behind a project, you know it's going to be powerful, it's going to be delivered right, and it's going to be on the money. So looking forward to that. Moving into more black cinema, Sir Stephen McQueen. He is Sir Stephen McQueen. I have to say that because he was knighted in 2020. He won the Oscar for Best Picture in 2013 for 12 Years a Slave, and now he's taking his talent and his creativity back to London, England, where he's from, to tell the story of the Mangrove Nine. Now, the Mangrove Nine were 9 people who were acquitted of inciting riots back in August of 1970. Mangrove was a restaurant in London where people of color can go and be of the black experience. Forward thinkers could go and meet and talk and just be immersed in blackness. But it was constantly being raided by the police because, of course, stereotypes. There's drugs here, violence, gangs. Those are all monikers. Those were all ideals. Those were all stereotypes that were placed on the black community, that were shrouded on the black community in Mangrove, and people had enough. 150 people revolted. 9 people were taken into custody. Of course, they were acquitted, but this tells a story of that experience, and it's so awesome that Sir Stephen McQueen is telling that because, one, again, people of the experience telling the story. He is British. This is something that has been in his zeitgeist, and has been in his life, his whole life. So, of course, it would be awesome for him to tell the story. Also, he's pairing with Alistair Siddons, who has a great way of bringing to life the visual in a very nuanced way, almost in a way that makes you feel like you're immersed in the experience. You're there. So this is going to premiere at a film festival coming up soon. I'll get you guys a name, but it's also going to be streamed on the BBC and Amazon Prime. So back to black cinema. This is what we need. And this Mangrove 9 biopic, which is called Mangrove, is so fitting of the times we're in right now, because what are we doing right now? We're protesting. We're using our voices. We're not afraid of the police anymore. Today, I don't want to talk about more black people being paralyzed at the hands of police, being murdered at the hands of police. But we know news came down today of things of that nature, and I just think that now more than ever we need to have movies that depict real life. Conversations need to be uncomfortable. What we're watching needs to be uncomfortable. If it's not uncomfortable, I'm not here for it. It's like going to the gym and working out. What happens when you get uncomfortable? What happens when you lift weights, when you lift heavy weights? You grow. You force your muscles to grow. You stepped outside of your comfort zone, right? That's what these movies are doing. They're taking people who need to be removed from their comfort zone and having a light shown in their face about the injustices and the egregious acts and the dirty nature of some people. And they have to sit with that and realize that this is real, that their privilege can't protect them from this anymore. So, Stephen McQueen, good guy for this movie, and it's starring Letitia Wright. You know Letitia Wright, Black Panther. What? Someone in the comments, I know she's a Disney princess. I'm sorry. Do not flame me on Twitter. Do not flame me on Reddit. What was her character in Black Panther? I always forget. But Letitia Wright has a starring role in the film, and it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. And again, Sir Stephen McQueen has done incredible works. 12 Years a Slave, there's a reason why I won Best Picture in 2013, and I think this is going to be something that's going to be lauded, heralded, and very, very highly praised when it bows on the BBC and on Amazon. You can stream it when it comes out. Let's take some questions. Alex Mosier says, The musical for The Color Purple is a beautiful piece of theater and stars Cynthia Erivo, absolutely, who would go on to earn an Oscar nomination for Harriet next year. I wonder if she will be involved. Great question. They haven't announced who is going to be starring in it. That would be amazing for Cynthia Erivo to star in the movie. But Harriet, you know what? I really wasn't a fan of Harriet. I thought Harriet could have been better. I thought Harriet was a missed opportunity when it comes to depicting someone so historic as Harriet Tubman, but Cynthia Erivo is not only an incredible actress, she's an incredible vocalist. I'm definitely here for Cynthia, so it would be a gift to have her in this new movie. He said, "Do the right thing." Again, thank you, Pablo. Shuri, I know, and I'm a Marvel head. What's wrong with me? It's this Miami time change, you guys. Don't blame me. Do the right thing. I love it. So many great movies. Do the Right Thing was another one. What's another great '90s movie? Higher Learning, the Crooklyn. So many great movies from the '90s. I was watching VH1 one weekend, and someone in the booth must have been very black because they had every movie on in the weekend. I was just like, "Thank you, movie gods," and I'm sure you saying, "Thank you, movie gods," when these two movies are available for us to view. And here's hoping that we can get back into cinema, so we can get back to, as Pablo said, concerts. Janet Jackson was supposed to go on tour. I've been waiting forever to see Janet. Well, since 2010. No, since 2017. I'm a huge Janet fan. But I've been waiting a long time to see Janet. She's supposed to go on tour, and COVID just threw a wrench in that. Boom, we're done, COVID. It's a wrap on you. You better not be here in 21. And that's a wrap for me today on our Haps Entertainment News. Until next time, you guys, I'm Jason Carter. This is Haps, the network of now, and I'll see you guys soon.